What is up, Fairy Pony? I'm Nether Dragon, and I'm back for another Bronies React to the Perfect Pear, which is the Season 7, Episode 13. This one was definitely an emotional episode, so I'm very interested to see how they react to it. You can hear me there, I was adjusting my fan. I think it's going to be a good one, honestly, considering that it's, basically it goes to show that they are, dead, as it were, the parents. But we'll have to see what they think of it, since it's a 40-minute episode, and the bonus is 20 minutes, so I'll be watching the whole thing for an hour. So without further ado, let's just get this underway. And 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Yes, that's an interesting way to come in at times.
Bronies React initiation start.
Oh, this guy.
Viva Reverie. Reaction viewfinder. Commence.
Viva Reverie, that's his name, okay.
What the f am I doing here? This is a sad episode. Oh, god dang it. Alright. Nope. It's not gonna happen. You got me before, Race. You got me before with that freaking King
I'm assuming at this point they've seen this episode. They just have to do a dramatic reaction to it.
You are not doing that to me again. There. This right here, wearing these, I'm protected.
There's a lot of episodes this season that we're reacting to. That's cool.
That's too high.
Jump cut!
This is exciting. I was really looking forward to this episode coming out. As you can imagine, Michelle was pretty excited to record with Mr. Shatner. Freaking awesome.
That would be pretty awesome, I guess. Because I think he was the Star Trek guy.
One, so I brought some tissue boxes.
Yes, you have, Little
Anyone
Shy.
want one?
All right, I got my Applejack colored shirt and
we're working with
slices,
William Shatner would be, I think, pretty awesome. Not that I've ever seen Star Trek, but just someone who's in that, who's known for that.
These are good. All right, boys. Here we go. My Little Pony, the final frontier.
Who's it? Okay. Ham. Is that supposed to be that face? Oh god, that mask.
Whew. Alright, I don't
know
think
who that
anyone
is.
followed me. So I can finally
Yeah, I
be on
don't
Bronies
recognize your
React.
name. Oh, you're new, okay.
The Brony? Ew!
Damn it!
It is time. Let's see what the Perfect Pear has in store for this Bronies React. Buckle up, because it sounds like it's gonna be a hootenanny.
Okay.
A hootenanny.
Yeah.
What's the right word, Texan?
Hootenanny.
Whatever you said before, I have no idea, but yeah, it's hootenanny. I probably said it wrong, but whatever. So I would have loved, honestly, to see their reaction to the Big Mac question one, to see their reaction to
Shuffle those tiny
Granny
legs.
Smith's, Star Trek
Back
reference.
right hoof is in front of her front right hoof. That's so weird looking. Okay.
That is weird looking.
I'm Grand Pear.
Grand Pear.
Is that who I think it is?
Let me tell you about the
Yes,
war.
that is William Shatner.
So my video just said like, I'm Grand Pear, and just stopped. I'm gonna take a screen cap of it and show you what happened to my video because I haven't had this happen in the React before. This is crazy. Why does it look like this?
Grand Pear was originally from here before he opened his famous
okay.
jam store in Vancouver.
Well, you would know, Grapes Mickey.
Oh, it's canon. Vancouver's canon.
Ooh, Vancouver. That must have been a damning experience.
I'm explaining this to you because if he did it, he'd look like an asshole.
That is the Oogway.
Well, I needed a change of pace.
Well, clearly he's on the run from the law.
That's just delicious.
It's also poison.
Who taught you manners? Nobody. That's the answer.
No pony, you mean?
Ooh, is this the William Shatner pony? What are we gonna get? James T. Kirk? Denny Crane.
Well, I mean, you already got Discord, so, you know.
A kindly old man who is nice to fillies. Neat.
What a terrible business model. You like my stuff? Well, you can have it for free.
Somewhere across the world is a capitalist who shudders to himself and he has no idea why.
Thanks, Mr. Grandpair, sir.
Yeah,
No,
yes.
Apple Bloom, don't accept suspicious liquids from strangers. There might be marijuanas in it.
Why do hats make these ponies look so adorable?
Just in time for breakfast for dinner.
I love breakfast for dinner. I have that a lot. It's delicious. Breakfast is delicious.
You know, that is actually one of my favorite things to do is actually have breakfast for
I mean,
dinner. Okay, it's
I've
so
eaten
great to be late
bacon and
night,
eggs
though.
for dinner,
I feel like having
so-
cereal and sausage and all this stuff. It's just a great thing. More people should do that. Breakfast for dinner is awesome.
Has anyone ever had dessert for breakfast?
Yes.
Because that sounds awesome.
Yes, I have.
Perfect topper for
Multiple
flapjacks at the
times.
market today.
Pear jam?
Big Mac, get the gun!
What?
Pears!
Get the gun.
There will be no pears on the Apple homestead.
They really do just hate every other fruit. It's only apples.
And carrots, but they're not fruit, I don't think.
Hey, that's Apple Bloom's room.
Yeah, I'm sure even if you do hide it in time, she won't notice the broken boards.
I think the Apple family are fruitists. That could mean something else.
Yeah.
Oh, all rise for the national anthem of the Bronies. Or take a knee if you prefer.
Okay. Yeah, that happened. What's he gonna do this time? Anything?
My Little Pony. I wonder what friendship could be. My
This guy is
pony.
such a...
Until you share magic with me. Big adventure, tons of fun, a beautiful heart, faithful and strong, sharing kindness, it's easy, beat and magic makes it magical. My little pony, do you know you're all my very best buddies? Who likes running jokes?
The big deal is that there's a
that
long
was
standing
actually
feud between
really...
the apples and
That
the
was good
pears.
animation.
This feud has drawn
Clever
blood.
video work
Don't
there.
ask what happened to your other brother.
A family feud. Bring on Steve Harvey.
Why?
Romeo and Juliet, that's why. You ever seen it? Probably not. Country girl, never educated much.
Oh my god, if it is like Romeo and Juliet, I really can't wait to see where this goes.
Well, actually, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, it's a feud episode and they don't remember why they're feuding. Yeah,
Yep,
I think
we've seen this before.
So the feud is just going because of slavish devotion to the past that no one totally remembers.
Just like in the...
Yeah, I can buy
Hoofills
that.
and the McColds.
Then I guess we should ask Granny? Ask me what?
Ask me what? Yes, sonny boy, girl, I forget.
What goes better with apple fritter flapjacks? Caramel syrup or praline?
Praline?
I want caramel syrup.
Was she saying praline as in, it's obviously praline?
I love caramel.
Or shrugging off praline as in, it's obviously not praline?
Caramel.
I mean, that is a good question.
I don't actually know what praline is.
Oh, that smells great, Applejack.
Oh, okay. Maybe she wouldn't actually notice. They do live in a barn after all.
I'm gonna walk
Yeah.
up for supper. Be right back.
You're not fooling anyone, Granny. One does not go to the outhouse to wash up.
The most successful farm in Ponyville.
Yeah.
Also the only farm in Ponyville. And they can't afford indoor toilets? That's harsh.
I think that is the first reference to a toilet in Equestria, which actually means that
No.
these hoedown ponies
It's actually the second
are more
reference. The
sophisticated
first one
than
was
rest
the
of Equestria.
last
I'm gonna
roundup.
go wash up in the outhouse. The sink's right there.
Okay, when you really put it like that, it's like, what is she
Old
doing?
lady impression. It's not much of an impression at this point, but. Oh! I'm just kidding, Tabitha. I'm just kidding.
Anytime Big Mac and I ever asked Granny about the feud or the pears, she'd get so upset she couldn't talk.
You see, Granny Smith is secretly really racist.
We can ask Goldie Delicious.
Watch out for Slender Mayor.
What do you say, Big Mac?
Slender Mayor.
Thing tomorrow?
Yeah, unfortunately, my video didn't have the Slender Mayor, but I did see it in a different video of the episode, so...
They're really developing Big Mac's
At least I don't think mine had it. Some people said it was there, but I looked and I never could see it. But now that I know what to look for, I can probably go back to my video and see if it was there.
Ah, my room.
How do you live? That's too much stuff to be in there.
Quite easily, actually.
Please tell me those cat sounds weren't recorded live.
Now that's how you make an entrance.
No, that is how you offend PETA.
I guess you can call that parkour. Oh, good one, Jordan. Thanks, Jax.
Well, does Granny Smith know you're here? You do know that Granny Smith is secretly racist. Yeah, we know.
Maybe the feud was a misunderstanding or something, and we can fix it?
Fix it?
Yeah.
What do you think this is? A magical land filled with Oh.
Yeah, didn't we have an episode about that? Hooffields and McColts, I think? Happy Family History, Volume 137.
Oh, well, that's convenient. Is the entire pile just that one book?
Was that Judy Hopps in the background?
A long time ago.
In a galaxy far, far away? Oh, sorry, I'm pretty much pre-programmed to say that at this point.
This story ought to take about 30 minutes with commercials.
Sweet Apple Acres wasn't the only farm in Ponyville. In fact, there was another one just right next door. They called it Shelbyville.
Well, wait, what is that farm in the middle? I mean, I know I said this is the only farm in Ponyville, but what is that structure?
Nothing sweeter than biting into a crisp apple on a beautiful fall day.
Young Granny Smith sounds a lot like Rarity from Simple Ways. I wonder why.
I mean, it does actually.
Hey, you guys.
Is her trying to sound Southern versus? That's very clever there.
Name for Florida. Florida.
I can't think of anything for Florida.
That's just what happens when you ain't no good at farming apples.
Ooh, snap, get married.
Pears are nature's candy. Apples are sour, like the expression on your face right now.
Ooh, farmers of sick burns.
That was a real zinger, man.
All right, real talk. You know these two were hate fucking each other.
Red to her trees at night.
Ooh, the Mayor and the Moon. Know what we call that?
Continuity. Little tree just branches up to the moon.
Just like Applejack did.
I am Nightmare Moon, and I will burn your entire forest.
Special blankets made for his trees so they wouldn't get cold.
I feel that pear trees are shaped like pears. That's kind of funny, because I guess I never really noticed that the apple trees are shaped like apples, but they kind of are. I wonder what pine trees are shaped like.
Good night, trees. I've got you covered.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at you, you big idiot. Who's stupid? Who's the stupid one?
You know what's funny is that in a biology class, I think I did like in middle school or something, or maybe like my freshman year of high school, we did an experiment where we talked to plants to see if they would grow better. I don't remember the results, but that's a thing I did.
I mean, it is true they do have feelings, so to speak. I don't know the right terminology for it, but it does make them act differently, and they can't feel pain in their own way.
One moment they're reading to the trees, they're putting blankets over the trees, but then the next morning they're kicking the heck out of them.
Gosh, oh look, it's Babs' parent. Or Bab ages in reverse. The curious case of Benjamin Babs.
All the apples in the pear
Yeah, it is Babs, kind
to
of.
the core. No matter what,
Rivals to
we'll
the
face
core.
the weather. We're rivals to the core.
We're rivals together.
Did they
Rivals
really
forever.
do this?
We're enemies, but so much more.
The only difference we're bright pear butter.
Now, time out. Where did that one come from? That's Granny's child. If Granny Smith was Granny Smith when she was young, that means technically Bright what the hell's his name?
Bright Macintosh?
Bright Macintosh. Ew. Bright Macintosh technically isn't necessarily Granny Smith's child, which means Granny Smith isn't necessarily their
Wait, what? I missed something.
grandparents? Grandparent?
It is.
Granny Smith had to bang a horse for there to be a child related to Granny Smith. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yes, and that came from Granny Smith.
I'm not supposed to talk to you. Ah, talks.
Whoa!
I'm not supposed to.
Yeah, the voices are very.
Ah, she talks.
Whoa!
Yeah.
They're like -6.
You can't talk. You don't got eyeballs yet.
They're fetuses. Why do they have mouth words? like Flurryheart was
What
like
the heck?
more mature looking. But she didn't talk. They're like baby cakes, but they're speaking full sentences. Wow,
Yeah.
this is weird.
It could just be a way for us to hear them.
It just became baby geniuses.
How do they
Yeah,
have such
basically.
developed vocabulary at that age?
'Cause baby
Aren't they supposed to be
geniuses.
like babies?
So,
You ever seen Baby
how
Geniuses?
old
I
are these
have.
Fillies? Because they look to be like the same age as the Cakes kids, and they're having like full conversation. Unless
But
it's like
in reality,
Rugrats
they're probably like
talk. Okay,
5.
you know what? I think that's what they're doing. I think they're doing Rugrats talk, where they can talk in full sentences to each other.
Or are they like Rugrats where they can talk kinda, but the
Or
parents
that.
can't hear them?
But I think if you, I think they're like 5 or 6.
They're
So
like
if you go to the
pair,
point where
go
he's
off
like,
by
we've known each
yourself
other
and
for
stuff
this
like that.
long,
What kind of parents does she have?
you can go back and see exactly how old they are.
It sure does, Buttercup.
And the award for fastest transition to puberty goes to Bright Macintosh.
Do you know why there's the sound of a heart throbbing? Because blood is rushing.
Stop it! They're chillin'.
What? I was just gonna say to his head.
When do ponies reach sexual maturity?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. You pervert.
Who would name a girl butter?
Oh, Griffin.
Buttercup. I like that name. Wait an apple picking minute. Bright Mac and Buttercup, those are our parents' names.
And, you know, being babies, they shouldn't be able to, you know, talk at all.
Finally, after all these years, Applejack is confirmed to have actual parents. Well, there goes the space alien theory.
Are you saying our mother was a pair?
Y'all are racist! Now Applejack's not just a racist. Now she's a confused racist.
So we are half Targaryen? Different show.
Our mother was a pair! We must kill ourselves now.
You know, I can't top that, so I'm just gonna add this.
Man's face is like, what?
And a cutie mark was a preserved job, but pear butter don't look too much different from apple butter.
Wait, how did she draw that with a hoof? Huh, that wasn't so difficult after all.
Is there anything else you can tell us about
Now
that?
that you mention it, I got a book right here that documents each and every one of your conceptions. Would you like to hear about that?
Well, they're dead, but you already know that already.
I know they loved each other very much.
They had sex. They had sex canonically at least 3 times. They did. They had sex.
You couldn't be around them too long and not feel a little bit lighter than air yourself.
Burnt oak?
Parents in Equestria are strangely cruel.
I haven't seen him in ages.
I haven't seen him in the entire series.
And then she broke her leg and they had to put her down.
I know you're not here for firewood. You got more trees than any pony in Ponyville.
Oh, wow. He is so country, I expect him to, like, narrate The Big Lebowski.
It's
They read to their trees. You really think they burn them? I'm not crazy. You're crazy. I'm not crazy. You're crazy. Okay? Okay.
I wonder if this is like a traveling market. Because everyone, they're seeing a lot of people they haven't seen in a while.
We're not here for that.
But can I interest you in a pineapple on a string?
Come to ask about your dad?
No, but thanks for bringing up our dead parents.
Yup.
That's about all the proof you need. Okay? I know they're trying not to say it. I know they're trying to deny that death exists at all in the show. Because I don't think
yeah.
they use the word die or kill.
They don't.
Maybe I'm wrong.
But they use it in other way, like imply, like
The
disappear
music
and
got
whatnot.
sad,
But
his face got sad. How did they die? Come on, please! Give us a hint.
Bright Mac was leaving me in the dust.
Wow, I guess I can see where Apple Bloom got her colors from.
He would have won too if he wasn't so distracted.
And there it is. That is the most innuendo you're going to get in a children's cartoon.
yeah, seriously.
That's bad.
Ah, so they drowned. Walk on water, ain't it like her?
You didn't do it, sir.
Excuse me?
Excuse me? Are you trying to say that my daughter didn't do something bad? You trying to stick up for her? Why, that is just despicable.
Oh my god. Alright, that's one of the best designs in the show. Like, super cute.
No daughter of mine is gonna make goo-goo eyes at an apple.
Oh, damn.
Okay, but what if the apple is making goo-goo eyes right back at you?
Apples don't play with pears. Like three horns don't play with long necks.
I bet when they get older, they'd do it.
But there was no way he'd let your mother take the blame for something he did.
Just wait until she gets pregnant.
So Dad was super honest. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree, huh, Applejack?
Ha! That's the perfect expression to use! I can't believe they haven't used it before!
You'd think the whole
They're
Apple
far,
family
far
would be
from the
sick of
tree.
Apple-related idioms at this point.
Yeah.
Instead of a swear jar, they should have an Apple reference jar.
Of course, Applejack has also destroyed
Seriously.
Ponyville many times over, so I guess that carries over too.
Bright Mac was an honest one. Makes you think he'd probably be the element of honesty if he wasn't dead. Ooh, too soon.
Buttercup was a real peach of a pear.
And a pumpkin of a celery stalk.
Y'all just gonna throw every fruit at it that you can? Buttercup was a real peach of a pear, apple of my eye, cherry of my heart, banana of my...
Okay.
Not that he minded.
That dude's freaking cool. It's like a lumberjack pony. Awesome, I love him.
You should ask Mrs. Cake.
Mrs. Cake?
I sure can't
Or
wait for the
Saffron
depressing
Swirl, as it were.
continuation of our parents' story from Mrs. Cake.
Would it be okay if we stopped by again sometime?
Shut up, Big Mac. You're not supposed to talk. Just say yep and no.
To hear more stories? I'd like that very much.
Yep. Nope. Not getting me. Not getting me. Okay. Oh, almost got me there. Almost.
Yeah.
Strong bot.
Tears
You're not
in
gonna
his
last.
eyes. Tears in his eyes. Maybe he doesn't like it very much.
Maybe he likes it too much.
Boy, do I miss that guy. Yeah, he moved away. Only get to see him on the weekends now. Oh, so sad.
Okay, so I hear other fans say that they won't accept the idea that Applejack's parents are dead unless it's explicitly stated in the show. But the way all these ponies are talking about them, I have to consider them deceased. Everything about the tone just says to me,
Yep.
these ponies are no longer with us.
It literally does say that without
Burnt
saying
oak
it.
is sad. Do you see those tears? Burnt oak is sad. I wonder what he's sad about. I wonder what I said I wonder what he's sad about. Why could it be? Is it canon yet?
I really want to know how they died! Oh, wait.
And we'll never know
We
that.
don't know that they died.
Wait, stop, back up. Who's this background pony?
Well, cinnamon sugar on toast.
Hey,
Why, I went too fast, I don't know.
Do you have to talk with puns relating to your job? That's not even a pun. It's like saying, well, whipped cream on waffles. My name's Waffle Delight, and I'm just shaped like a waffle to see ya.
We heard you and our ma used to be real good friends.
Before she died, decided to move away.
But isn't your name Mrs. Cake? Not always. Back when I was Chiffon Swirl, I had
I can
no
remember
idea
that
what
name.
I was supposed to do.
Who she was supposed to do.
Wait, how did we get from Chiffon Swirl to Cupcake? Equestrian names are weird.
Hey Siri, what is chiffon? I don't want to talk to you. You creep.
Was whipping up pear upside down cake, and I got my cutie mark.
She had a different name before she got a cutie mark. That's world building. We have some world building, guys.
And the cutie mark are cupcakes. So...
My Little Pony, world building helps.
She'd be my taste tester.
Is this the same setup as Epic Cupcake Time?
Aw, Mrs. Cake was always fat and off-model. That's cute.
If there's one thing I'm learning from this flashback, it's that these are some really old candies no one wants to buy.
Your mom did so much for me.
Oh, damn, she has the freaking Mrs. Elric hair, like Ed's mom's hair, so... the anime mom hair that, you know, oh, this is not a good sign. Oh, God.
Like Lily and James Potter really reminds me of that. They're not dead either.
I wanted to surprise her with a cake.
A cake? From you? That's not much of a surprise.
I can't snark to that. It's too cute.
It is.
No, sorry, don't mind me. I'm just hanging out. Kiss! You should kiss!
But I see you're busy.
Having your butter spread.
What in tarnation are you doing, Brat Mac?
We do not do that! We don't take kindly to you pear tots round, yeah?
I had no idea Granny Smith had these biases. Ah, so weird.
We do not fraternize with pears! Pooey!
Pears! And oh my god, Granny Smith's face. It's hilarious right here.
I can't help it. We just sorta happened. Then Pear Butter told me the sweetest love story I have ever heard.
Well, he my grabbed my and shoved it deep and kept over and over and over, and then he my
Rated Y7.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to know what you said there,
Wherefore art thou,
so...
Bright Mac? Deny thy father and refuse thy name. What's in a name? And that's all I know.
They both die at the end.
Happy 131,456 hour anniversary, darling.
That's called infatuation, and it doesn't last. Though in this case...
That's way longer than we've been together.
I know, but it's the anniversary of the first time I called you Buttercup.
This guy's a freak.
I know that's a little creepy, but I just like stalking you is all.
It's okay
Yeah.
if you didn't get me anything.
Ooh, he's got the passive-aggressive part of the relationship down.
That's called manipulation. The foundation of any good relationship.
A guitar for me, but
I can't play it. I'm a horse.
No, she was gonna play you something, you freaking idiot.
I don't know how to play.
Quiet, you.
There you go.
Oh, the song.
I would love to know how she's doing that with hooves.
We're far apart, and everyone, you're the best part of my day.
Let the Twitter jokes commence.
Wow.
Every path that goes on for miles.
Hello, earworm.
You're the best part of my day, and sure as I breathe the
Why, Ray? Why do you do this to me?
This is actually a very
And even if the world tells us it's wrong, you're in my head like a catchy song.
They were dancing on opposite sides of each other. It's kind of like a long-distance relationship. And you're not able to be together physically, but you can still spend time together emotionally.
How do you know all that?
Seasons change and leaves may fall, but I'll be with you through them all.
Seriously, this is a very nice song. I have nothing funny to say.
And you should not blame me too if I can't help falling in love with you.
Thanks, buddy.
They're
for taking me.
speechless, so to
Yeah,
speak.
I cried. I don't care if it. Yeah, you know what? Damn it! I said I knew this was gonna happen. I tried the dang sunglasses. I tried the freaking sunglasses, and that stuff did not work. All right. It's touching. I don't know what it is. These touching things get to me. Like, especially they're gone. Like that whole episode. Damn. I should have called it. You race. You planned this. I know damn well. Oh my. Ah.
All right, MLP. I am very cross at you right now. I'm trying very hard to be a snarky so-and-so, but when it's this sweet and this memorable, it ain't gonna happen.
You know
They're
what?
very
I
speechless.
actually don't have anything.
This is a very interesting reaction. They're not like their normal selves, so to speak.
That was a good song. That was a good, nice, cute song. I have no complaints.
I don't know, something about seeing something that pure. I don't know what it is, but something about just seeing something that pure and just so sweet and genuine. It just gets me. It's a stupid trope. It always gets me. I don't care. It always, no matter what. Dang it. Always gets me. All the time. Alright, Season 7, I gotta give you props for that. Season 7, give you props. Like, you haven't got me since season 5, so good on you.
Surprise!
Look, I defaced this rock for you.
So she got him a song, which is a very good song, and he just got her a rock. That's a fair trade, I guess.
And then you'd say, "Oh, Bright Mac, I love it." And then I'd say, "I love you."
You'd say, "Oh, Bright Mac, that's really fucking gay," and I'd say, "Nope, that's literally the opposite of gay."
Too bad it didn't work out, though.
Yep.
That's where Big Mac got yup from.
Too bad.
They're so adorable.
What? They ripped up the
Yep.
kiss and it was gonna be slobbery.
The pears are moving.
SpongeBob reference, if anyone got it.
I didn't know all that
Nope.
stuff happened before with Granny and Grandpa. It must have been really hard on our parents.
I mean, did they get married? Did they ever have children? What happened next?
We're moving to Vancouver.
I mean, to be fair, wouldn't Big Mac and Applejack have at least known their parents?
Sorry,
since
but if we're gonna
Appleton
continue
was
work
young
on
and
My
they
Little
would have had
Pony,
Appleton
we
before
need
they
to move
before
to
they
Vancouver,
died.
because that's where all the production.
Almost
Wait,
disappeared, but you know what I'm saying.
Vancouver. Okay, never mind.
You all live in Vancouver, except for Twilight. She lives in Los.
So yeah, I wonder how they didn't know what happened to their parents. It does make that is kind of a weird question.
And get away from those gosh darn apples.
You know, I know that William Shatner is a grandparent, but he's actually doing a pretty good job as a voice actor. I mean, he's like a big actor, but yeah, I didn't know it was him until the end. I knew he was going to be in this season, but I was surprised that, like, you know, his character was actually like really well integrated into the story and not like a big deal or anything. That it's William Shatner.
I love
Yeah, it's pretty good. You know.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Mike's
How
working.
old are you?
You
You
yeah,
seem
my mic's
old
working.
enough.
The bar wasn't moving
to
for a
not-
second there.
To move out, right? Right?
Then Bright Mac did
Yeah,
the
my mic's
most
still working.
romantic thing I've ever seen any pony do.
Forget my husband. The most romantic pony I ever met was your dad.
What did he do? We're gonna need one more pony to tell that story.
Oh, you tease!
And then the most interesting part happened.
The night before the Pear family moved, Bright Mac asked me to meet him at the edge of Sweet Apple Acres.
Jump right into the story, why don't you? Wasting no time.
They got married, didn't they? Oh, they got married. That's so cute.
The one of two weddings we see, or no, three weddings, not two. You had the royal wedding.
I'm sure of us. So sure
And you
that
had
I'd
the
marry you
pair,
today.
the Applejack wedding, Applejack,
would
or big,
too.
this wedding, and then
think
you
that's
had
my
the
cue.
Big Mac
Oh,
wedding.
the mayor's mane. Forget the love story. The fact that they remember this little detail makes the episode for me.
Yeah.
Man has pink hair. You know what
That's
that
pretty
means?
good.
It means consistency.
Yep, the and the main dying scandal. Yep.
Okay,
I just
know
recently
folks
watched
are
that
gonna
one,
make the
so
Romeo and Juliet comparison, but here's the critical difference. These two took time to get to know one another, right? Romeo and Juliet were a pair of hormonally driven kids just winging off and making a huge mistake. These two, it feels right for them because they've spent time and we've gotten to walk with them on that journey. I mean,
And of course, Luna's still on the moon. I mean, I guess these are obvious things, but I don't know. Something about them makes me unnecessarily happy as a longtime fan.
So they had a special way to seal their vows.
Oh God, what's he
gave
gonna?
her his seed.
God.
I feel so
bad.
He did. He gave her his seed. Everyone else is crying over this episode, and I'm over here not growing up a single bit. Man. Applejack's parents deserve better than this.
What are you two doing?
What are you two?
Buttercup and I are in love.
What?
Pears.
Doesn't that feel nice? Mwah.
Kiss number 3 or 2. How many kisses have we had?
I don't know.
My Little Pony very rarely kisses.
Yep.
But that's
I
one
don't know
of
how
them.
many there are.
3. I think it's number 3.
I don't know.
Number 1 was the wedding episode. Number 2 was the other wedding episode. Number 3 is this wedding episode. Huh.
Wait, other wedding episode? There's only one.
Pony in the background just like ran away. Like,
there was no
wedding.
wedding.
It's like, let's get out of here before it gets violent.
The royal wedding.
Choosing to be
The slice of life with Cranky. This one.
That was
and then the Big Mac. Yeah, there's 4, not 3.
Shatner. Did you hear that? Are you choosing to be an apple? Not for a pear?
Are you making me choose?
Yes, I am.
I just noticed
Then yeah,
Mayor's expression in the
I guess
background
I
there.
am.
Gosh.
Damn. Fine.
Fine, I didn't want you anyway.
Okay, wow. That was pretty hardcore. Are we sure this is still for little kids?
Did you really move to Ponyville just for a change of pace?
Are you kidding me?
So I'm not gonna
Your
show.
parents were
I know
keeping the
they're supposed to be
Apple
granny, supposed to have a
family
different
in
expression,
business.
but they didn't show
Now
that.
that they're dead, I've come back to corner of the market with my pears. I'm going to hell.
No.
Then you came here because you're sorry and you want to get to know us too?
Objection! Leading the witness.
Apple Blue, why are you crying? You're gonna make me cry.
Excuse me, Grandpere? I'm Applejack, and this year's Big Macintosh. But you already know who we are, don't you?
Sure do.
Did you really move to Ponyville just for a change of pace?
No.
Then you came here because you're sorry and you want to get to know us too?
I'm so sorry. I was just so angry.
Okay.
Dog, get back here.
Oh, can I call you Grandpere
Dog.
Pear?
That didn't make sense. I know it was comic relief or something, but it didn't make any sense. Grandpa Pear. Grandpere Pear.
I'm guessing I was reading into
I
that
wanted to enjoy this moment, and now I'm just confused.
because the Grandpere is a play on the, I guess, I don't know, some other language of Grandpere that means grandfather. So she's basically saying grandfather Pear, which is pretty clever, actually. You know?
Sorry.
I don't know if that was one of you guys that told me that, or who I read. I just read that recently.
I'm gonna text Michelle and apologize. I'm watching your William Shatner episode for Bronies React. It's flippin' depressing, Michelle! Have you seen it yet? Lord have mercy.
We've been all over learning about our parents.
Our parents!
You have?
Yeah, parents?
I didn't mean for you to know about them.
So, you're back, hmm?
I can't believe I let a silly feud keep me from my family.
Damn that Steve Harvey and his family feud.
Let's not forget that you missed out on your daughter, and then your granddaughter helped save Equestria, destroyed the town, helped save Equestria again, left the town mysteriously only to return, saved Equestria again. Let's see here. Then she destroyed the farm, and destroyed the farm, and destroyed the farm. Saved Equestria again. You get the picture.
Mom and Dad left us something to remember them by.
Before they moved.
Okay, remember them by. I'm sorry, folks, but I genuinely believe that's confirmation that they are deceased.
Pretty much.
Oh, that's really sweet.
It's beautiful.
It's impossible.
Literally, considering that it'd be two different trees taking up the resources of. But, you know, I think it's cute.
That's really sweet. And really sad.
And they don't even have the main My Little Pony endings, the intermission version of the song, which is. I like when they did that for certain episodes. God. I'm so... Oh god, this was a great reaction to them. Can't wait to see the questions though. Okay. Are those all? Those are all the Brony reactors. Huh. Or at least most, not all of them, but I don't know who. If you know who they all are, let me know who those all are. Cause I recognize, like, it's going too fast to see. Dusty, Spark, Saber, No Wagging maybe, Revere, Race. I could not tell who half those. I recognize all of them. I just went with another name, so.
They didn't ruin it. They didn't ruin it with the stupid gosh. Ah!
Listen,
Yeah.
they even did the instrumental of the sad song.
Oh, and they changed the end credits music too. That's nice.
Oh. That is not sarcastic clapping. This is one of the best episodes in the entire series.
They didn't ruin the ending with the stupid My Little Pony song. They did.
You know it's a special episode when they do that.
Why?
Which is kind of sad they didn't do that for the very, very, very final episode. They could have easily put
that's so nice.
any of the.
Jesus Christ.
They could have easily put the instrumental version of that song that Twilight sings in the final episode as the ending credit song. But no, they just had to do the generic
But apples are still
ending
better
song,
than
which
The end.
I don't know. For a special episode like that, they could have easily done more. But yeah, we don't need to watch the movie. That's good. That'll be later on. Close that tab off. Yeah, since it's not in the main reaction for some reason, I had to find the separate video for this, so I'm pulling up the second one right now. Back in the playlist, so let's make sure this is. Oh, here, I make sure this is all. Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
I've already
He
done
really
this bit.
hates this song.
There's nothing else to do. Ah, what am I gonna? I've run out of things to do during the theme song. I tried being crazy. I tried making stupid faces. I tried singing along happily. I always talk about how much I hate it. Maybe I could mix it up and say I love it. I love this theme song. So good.
Oh God, Griffin, that is.
What did you just watch?
Wow.
I just watched an extremely beautiful and extremely sad episode of My Little Pony. Oh man, that was something else, guys. Tell you what. Whew. Oh.
Episode 13,
Season 7.
The Perfect Pear from My Little Pony.
The one with Applejack's parents.
A episode detailing the events of, I guess,
how they
what
kinda do that
happened
little
to
cut
Applejack,
there.
Big Mac, and Apple Bloom's parents, as far as like how they came together and everything. You still don't know exactly what happened to them. It's kind of implied that they died, but yeah, I thought it was a really good episode. It was great.
Another episode of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, which just completely wrecked me.
My Little Pony Friendship is sad.
I knew Shatner was in it, and I knew it was about the Apple family. But wow, I wasn't ready for that. That was really sad and
So
good.
were these their first time reactions to the episodes, or
episode?
Okay.
or maybe they're
well,
kind of saying
it
what?
was good.
I think this might have been like a
It's just like thing
reenactment
number
of
one.
the episode,
Well,
but
it's
they were
about
saying
time
what they thought when they
that
first
we saw
watched
an
it.
episode like this, and I feel like it lived up to
That's
the
it.
type of episode that it should have been.
You can really tell they went all out with this one. We've got special guests, a song, and of course there's the fact that we saw Applejack's parents. I mean, how cool is that? Other than the fact that, they're kind of dead.
It was a really good episode for, the throwback
a little bit of history.
I thought it was pretty good.
It's cool to see that with Applejack we get to learn about her parents.
I enjoyed that they finally addressed this topic and gave it justice.
It did world building. It did there was a lot that happened in this episode. I'm very happy that this episode finally happened.
Obviously an emotional episode. Very heavy episode.
I thought it was really nice to see them finally tackle that in some sense.
This was a heck of an episode and well done.
But they got as close as I think they could, without just outright saying it.
It gets at the heart of things. It's surprisingly adult for such a young audience, and it really carries emotion.
And the point where the tears in the eyes of Burned Oak. Did I get his name right? I usually just make up funny names that are close, but I think I got his name right, Burned Oak. Yeah, it was really good and sad and beautiful, especially at the end with the trees.
But they finally address it, and they do it with tact and grace, and they don't shove anything in your face. They leave things for you to sort of assume. They never outright say Applejack's parents are dead, but they don't need to. They knew they didn't need to.
I mean, it's sometimes it's hardships like that at the beginning of relationships that really show which ones are gonna last.
I think telling the story by having the family go around town and talking to these different ponies that knew their parents was a really smart thing to do, and having these different flashbacks and everything, that was really great. And also the song was amazing. I love the song. It was really
good.
Fantastic.
That was a good episode.
I'm curious to see what they're going to rate it.
Heavy episode.
So wow, it's think about these touching family things. I don't know what it is, things about family members passing or something like that is just a trope that will always get me, or seeing someone succeed when you want them to succeed, or seeing them make up, or just seeing this such a sweet pure thing that I hate it when it gets to me.
What did you like about the episode?
Well, I liked the new characters. I liked the reincorporation of older characters, characters we know have been around Ponyville for a long time.
The whole story was real good. The voice acting was real good.
Like I said, I can get around the fact that certain things don't make sense because the episode was too good to really worry about those.
I know they had a lot of new people in this episode, but it was
how was Apple born?
Beautiful
kind of
story. Interesting to see the bias there. I didn't know apples and pears were polar
rivals to the core.
Rivalry, but I can see it, I guess. Very Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to put into words. I just like how everything works together so well. The show could never outright tell us that their parents are dead, but making a Romeo and Juliet story, that's kind of genius.
The world building. I really like world building. World building done right. That especially the fact that it addresses things that we knew already existed.
It was just so cool to see the parents. I mean, I know that's obvious, but to see where Applejack comes from and to see
where the hat came from, where the guitar came from, and all that stuff.
Obviously, Big Mac knew their parents better than the three because he would have been the oldest.
There were a lot of characters who were involved in the past with the Apple parents.
Even Apple would have known, or even Applejack would have known the parents quite well, since Apple was quite younger than the other two.
The addition of Grand Pear. William Shatner was actually pretty good. I didn't realize it was him to begin with until I started realizing that sounds familiar. It sounds like a familiar voice.
I liked how it was an emotional episode.
Yeah, I liked the song. I liked Grand Pear as a character. I like the parents, their little love story, which is basically like a Romeo and Juliet type of thing. But
yeah, they keep saying it, but honestly, I don't really know Romeo and Juliet much, so I would not see the similarity there. Other than what I know about Romeo and Juliet, I can kind of see it.
Season 7 has been really good so far. Everything about season 7 was just on point, great. Well, most episodes, I will say the majority of it.
Here we got to walk with these characters through their lives. And even though we knew the end goal, even though we knew that they married and had children, it felt good to get to know them and celebrate their growing closer and the courage they showed.
Oh man, there's also that episode when it's referenced by Applejack saying, Mom and Dad would be so proud. Man, there's a lot in there. It's a very emotional episode, very well done.
And I also appreciate how much it involved second-tier characters, including Mrs. Cake and Mayor Mayor.
I thought they did a fantastic job.
And of course, Shatner. I loved that. And they gave him a perfect role too.
The problem is that I don't know what to comment on, not because there's not much to say that I like, but because all of it is just good things. They presented a good story.
And
what
yet,
did you dislike about the
Little
episode?
Shy did have some sins in it.
I'm gonna nitpick.
40 sins. I can't remember what those sins were, but I know he had
Honestly,
40 around 40 of them.
I didn't like the
Actually,
rivalry. They didn't really
Go back and watch that
explain why
again.
it
See
was
what his
there,
sins
and I
were.
know
Because it's such a good episode.
rivalries don't always make sense. In fact, I would say rarely are they logical.
Really, the only thing I could say I disliked is the fact that the Romeo and Juliet story is kind of stale at this point. But like I said earlier, I think it fits really well here, and I like the show's take on it.
It's only because the question's brought up of what do we dislike that I typically look for something like, okay, is there anything I would have tweaked or anything? I can't find anything.
Nothing. I thought it was great. There's nothing I can really critique about the episode. That was perfect.
I was gonna like the one thing I can is what I said, but
What do you like about the episode?
It was well done on all accounts.
like I said, I can
the song
bypass
was
that
good,
small little
the voice acting,
whatever,
the story,
because
the
it was too good
animation,
to
of
worry
course.
about that
I mean, it was just it
feature
was all
part.
there. Everything lined up on this episode. This was a good episode.
The only thing that's remotely coming to my head when I think of things that I didn't like about the episode is it's an Applejack episode. I don't like Applejack as much as I like other characters in the show.
I mean, that's a fair point.
That's hardly a reason to dock points.
There's not really a lot to dislike about this episode. It's probably one of the best of the series. And I do really mean that because it was written very well. It had a lot of great points in it.
The storytelling perspective was nice and unique.
I don't really have anything to dislike about it.
I don't know.
If there is a negative to this, it's that kind of critical of the other ponies for waiting this long. Big Mac is
When you think
much
about
an
it,
adult now.
why wouldn't they ask
on the
sooner?
road to perhaps starting a family of his own. Applejack
Very
is on
soon.
the cusp of that maturity, and Apple Bloom has gone through the pony version of puberty. I think the other ponies waited a very long time to explain
Yeah,
this very
but
important
they only
part of their
decided to talk
lives.
about it is when
But
Grandpa
that
showed up.
is just that's a point so small in the grand scheme that it doesn't spoil the episode for me.
I don't really like crazy grandma pear woman, and I think that's just because all I can hear is Peter knew.
I guess it was weird that the kids, when they were kids, they were talking
Yeah.
even though they looked like the baby cakes. I guess.
Yeah,
Well,
that
I
would
still
be a
have
little
questions,
creepy
but
when you look at it
in
that way.
the time allotted, there's just not that time to get those answers. So that's not something I'll fault on the episode, but it just I still wonder about who's
Right.
Bright McIntosh's father, who what happened to the parents, which we might never get that answer. And that's more of like one of those like respect things. Like you never want to ask someone like, oh, what happened? What surprised you?
It's hard to surprise me. The show actually is so unpredictable at times.
While I say that it's about time we have an episode like this, it's still surprising to see it. It's still surprising to see like, oh man.
The fact that we got this episode, the fact that if we the fact that we got an Applejack Parents episode, are you kidding me? Of course it's surprising because Hasbro at the end of the day just wants to say we're getting money from the pony show. Shit out a bunch of episodes, but here they are, legitimately like, here's an episode you've all wanted.
I think getting an episode dedicated to Applejack's parents is about as surprising as it gets.
As crazy. That's cool. Like, yay, we got the Applejack Parents episode.
I mean,
It
we
definitely
basically have
surprised me
had episodes of all the parents.
The character that William Shatner voiced
At this point,
again,
I'm pretty sure.
was Grandpa. Because I think a lot of people were expecting him to voice somebody else.
We've
but
had
not,
Pinkie
like,
Pie's parents,
a member of the Apple
Butterfly's
family, of all
parents,
things. So that's
Rainbow Dashes.
interesting. It also surprised me just how good the song was. It sounded
lost
really
track.
incredible. It's probably in my top 3 favorite songs of the series. So yeah,
Pinkie Pie's
that
parents.
surprised me.
I was surprised that I didn't recognize William Shatner's voice.
Applejack's
That's kind of
parents
a
now.
funny thing to say, but I didn't realize it till the very
Butterflies
end.
and
I was
Rainbow
like, oh yeah,
Dashes.
this is the William Shatner episode.
Rarities
Also, I guess
and
the baby's
Twilights.
talking.
Yep, we've
I
gotten all the
guess.
parents
That was
episodes now.
Really sweet. The surprise wedding, that was really sweet. And then the trees at the end, the pear and the apple tree growing together with the heart, and it's almost like their souls went into the trees. Oh, that was really sweet. Really, really sweet and sad.
But how did Apple Bloom know that there was something to remember them by? Like, how did he know about
Season
that?
7 has been so good, and it's awesome. It's great because back when like the premiere came out, while it was a different type of premiere, some of us were wondering like, how is the season gonna go? But man, the episodes within this season have been phenomenal.
And you know, it's really touching to see what they did with characters who actually lost their folks and stuff like that. That is just so touching, and man, just
this is obviously a very emotional episode, and it's surprising.
And we also got Scootaloo's
surprising me in a
parents.
good way that
Yeah, all
they're
the
still
main-
able to evoke
main
these
six
emotions
in the
us
CMC.
after 7 seasons. You know, this series has not taken like a downturn like a lot of. I mean, think about that. 7 seasons this has been going on. That's what surprises me, is that we're in season 7 and we're still talking about episodes like, holy cow, can you believe it?
Great job.
And we'll continue to see through season 9,
Good
but
work,
not in the
DHX.
same, not for the same way though.
Good work. Overall, how would you rate the episode?
I was thinking 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I got to give this one a 9 out of 10. Easily one of the
9.
most memorable episodes of the show.
But considering the fact that this episode exists at all, I think there's a lot of merit in the fact that they did an Applejack Parents episode. There's a ton of merit in the fact that this episode even exists, period. And I gotta give props to the fact that not only was it a good episode, but it happened. We actually got the Applejack Parents episode we've been asking for since like season 3 or whatever. Maybe even earlier. So I gotta say, a 10, I guess.
Wow, you never give
I don't
10s.
know, I can't think of any real reason to say this isn't a 10.
I give it a solid 10. I mean,
I
as
wonder
far as
why-
My Little Pony episodes go, it's one of the best ones ever made.
I wonder why
This is as close to a
Lushai gave
perfect
9.
episode as I can point towards.
10.
I wonder
Giving it a
Lushai's
10.
reason for 9.
I can't think
I think here he said like the kind of
Of-
was it him that said about
of
the
anything that I would have done differently or something
Romeo
that I
and
would have
Juliet
wanted
trope
differently.
being overused?
I'm gonna just straight up give
It
this
was
episode
Edward
a 10.
9.
My favorite episode from this season, I'd say it's this one. Absolutely.
I'm dumbfounding myself. I feel crazy giving something a 10. I never give 10s.
9.5 out of 10. Saying 10 out of 10 implies that it's perfect. Perfect. And I don't believe anything's perfect. And even if I didn't have anything that I hated about it, I can't make something perfect in my mind because that implies that I know that it is as good as it could have been. And I'm sure there are other things that could have made it better, even if I can't pinpoint them.
Yeah.
So you all can hate me if you want to.
I mean, that is
but
a
I
fair
give it a
point.
9.5
If I was gonna, I'd probably say
For
9.
the
I
type
can't
of
remember what I said,
episode
but
that
if I had to rate it
is,
here,
it
9.5 or
delivered on all
9.75.
fronts. It answered a lot
It
of
is a good episode,
questions
but
that we've
I
had.
can see some
And,
points that
it
not
was
make
cool.
it
was
not
cool.
perfect.
So I'm
like I
giving this a
mentioned.
10. It's been. I don't
Even
know
though
if
those
I've
points aren't
ever
really the
given an
episode's
episode a
fault,
10.
it just kind of implies
I don't know if
what
I'd
the
say
questions
it's my
about
favorite
after the
episode of all time, but it's definitely one of the best episodes I think of the entire My Little Pony existence.
The Perfect Pear was darn near perfect.
It's really hard for me to think of anything wrong with this episode. So, because I've seen it about like 3 times now, and I would say this is probably like a 10 out of 10 episode. It's really good, and Applejack isn't even like my favorite main 6. It's not even. She's not even like in like my top 3. So.
It's pretty crazy to think that they
it's a
did.
10 out of 10
Since she wasn't
episode.
really involved in the
So,
episode, just
yeah,
an Applejack.
good job, writers.
Esque episode.
You've been really good this season.
I'm just the episode that this episode happened at all.
Finally, after all these years, Applejack. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, alright. Another Bronies React. Another episode of me pretending to walk to my desk even though I don't need to.
I almost choked on my own hangy thingy in my throat. She's gonna make.
I'm looking
Yeah, that
at
must
the
have been hard to
lyrics
say
on
with a
the
straight
My Little
face,
Pony
honestly.
Wikia page, and they have the reprise that's sung over the credits, and it's just My Little Pony, My Little Pony, My Little Pony, ellipses, friends.
Mickey Mouse. You just ruined my day.
They're biscuits.
Mickey Mouse pancakes.
Okay.
Skits.
Wait, how did she draw that?
Is this the same setup as Epic Cupcake?
Okay.
Is it? Is this the same setup as This is hard to say. Is this
How did she draw that?
And I
with a
realized
hook?
I've not had my ponies walking around my screen in a while. I should get that back up and running again. I realized that I don't know what the reason why I stopped using it, but I'm gonna get it up and running again. I think I had to like.
Is this the same?
It wasn't working right. I kept doing weird things, and I figured out why I was doing it.
As
So
Epic Cupcake Time?
I can bring it back.
I liked that. I got through it, but I didn't like how I said it.
Is this
If
the
I
same
remember this
setup
by
as
tomorrow
Epic
night.
Cupcake? Fuck! Is this the same setup as God damn.
No, the first take
Oh,
was
race.
good. You don't need to do a second take. Stop doing a second take. Ah!
Big Mac, get the gun. You alright? You alright?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did that get you crying almost? See, I knew I'd make you cry during this episode.
I guess I know what's going in the bonus.
Rainbow.
Okay. I'll end it there. Yeah, the next one is going to be Shadow Play. And God, is it a long one. It's going to be Sundays. Let's see. This is... Yeah, today is Sunday. Now, yeah, this is Sunday's morning video. The Shadow Play will be Monday's morning video. And honestly, I wish it was Tuesday's morning video, because then I could actually have more time to enjoy it and watch it and include the bonus video to make it a 2-hour video. But honestly, because of the hour-and-a-half video, which is crazy that it's so long for a finale, they must have a lot to say about it. Can't wait for that, but it will have to be its own video, and the bonus will have to be its own video. Let me just see here one moment here. I look at my calendar so I can kind of piece this together in my mind. This one will be the Sunday's, the 9th video. Bronies, the Shadow Play will be Monday morning's video. And I might even go so far, maybe I'll either do one or two things. I'll make the Shadow Play bonus video its own video on Tuesday's morning. Or I might go so far as to make it like a bonus video and have that along with the next video. Which is the... Wait, that's kind of... Why do they have a live reaction to Granny's Gone Wild before the season 8 premiere in the playlist here? I'm going to have to swap those around because the Granny's Gone Wild is the video after the fact. It must just be bad in the playlist. Anyways, you don't care about any of that, but basically, yeah. Tomorrow will be Shadow Play. The next day will most likely be just the bonus video because I don't want to do the bonus video and an hour video, so yeah. Anyways, this video's gone on long enough. Thank you for watching, and let me know what you thought in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Yeah, there's something else I want to say, but I'll wait till my next video to say it so that more of you might actually hear it. It has to do with my OC here. Then the question is, anybody who's watching now, I guess I'll say it now and I'll say it again next time. I've been looking at it and wishing I could have an actual, like 2D OC instead of like the 3D animation that's from G5. But all like the different pony creators that I've looked up online are all like dead now because they don't use Flash anymore. And I cannot draw to save my life, so this is the only OC I will ever get. Unless I pay someone on Fiverr to get me an OC, which would be hard to do. Just something I thought about going forward. I'm going to be doing this for a lot longer. It'd be nice to have an actual 2D OC, but, well. And I'm going to also get my desktop ponies up and running again for next video. I hope, if I remember this again tomorrow. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Okay.